Welcome back to Ex-Theremintal. This is day 8 and video 3. If you haven't seen my first two videos, you can follow the link over there and get yourself caught up. So as I mentioned, this is day 8. I've had my theremin for a week now, and I've been pretty busy since day 3. I've spent some more time working on my aerial fingering. To do that, it's just been a lot of practice, as well as watching videos of other people performing on the theremin. And then I've watched the technique that they use, tried it out, and I've been working on figuring out what works for me and what doesn't. I've also been working on figuring out how I want to tune my theremin, because there are several aspects to the quality of sound that you can control when tuning a theremin. One of them is the pitch, and by shifting this pitch dial here, I change the range of the pitch. This will always be the highest note at the antenna, but what I can change with that is how far away the lowest note is. It could be 12-13 centimeters away, or it could be all the way off camera from this angle. It will contain the same range of notes, it's just the spacing between them changes. This is tricky to mess around with because anytime I've thought I've understood spacing, where notes are and where they are in relationship to each other, if I touch the pitch dial, all of a sudden I've lost most of that. I've also been working on vibrato. Vibrato is introducing a little bit of a quiver sound to a sustained note, because a sustained note on a theremin has a very cold and sterile tone to it. But if you add in a bit of a quiver or vibrato, it warms the note, it adds a bit more character to it. It hasn't been a big focus in what I've been doing, but I have toyed around with it a little bit. And I've also created a theremin training program, which is just a MIDI which plays a sustained note starting at middle C, and then goes up the scale slowly, staying at each note for several seconds. And then it goes back to middle C, and then goes up in increments, going up 2 notes, down 1 note, up 2 notes, down 1 note. This is just to help me learn to recognize when I'm hitting the notes, as well as to help me work with my aerial fingering and learning the spacing between the notes as I go along. So all of this considered, I'm now going to play Ode to Joy again, and this is a week later. So that was Ode to Joy again, and I think that's a lot better than it was a week ago. Thank you for joining me. You can click the subscribe button down there and be automatically notified when I upload a new video. Thanks for joining me.